What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day, and I appreciate you guys coming back for another video. If you're new, hopefully you guys enjoy the snakes and you'll stick around for some more content. We're just hanging out with Pop-Tart right now, so I was cleaning some cages earlier, setting up some of the cages behind me for some of the new snakes. Even though they are babies, they seem to be doing well after a few meals, going into the larger ARS rack. And the way it's looking, kind of filling up on ball pythons pretty heavily, even though boas are the snakes that I would rather have. But I think some stuff in the future might pop up earlier with the ball pythons and making some babies. So I'm really thinking about adding another ARS, not the 7030, but maybe a 5540. Even though I don't have 40 ball pythons. You know, it's just cheaper to buy the 40 than to buy the 20 tub cages. And even though they are expensive, they are high quality and a lot better than something that I would be able to put together. But anyways, hanging out with Pop-Tart, she was up on the glass and she kind of wanted to come out. So I think she thought I was going to feed her because she was in feed mode just a little bit. She kind of jets her head out a little bit, and then she kind of like looks around very quickly. And I've come to find out that that's typically her expecting food, but if I can get the hook on her and kind of calm her down just a little bit, she comes right out of that mood, and I can hold her, which is really nice. So I think she's getting a little bit irritated, starting to get irritated at the snake hook that I have. So I think I need to upgrade my snake hook. It's just a small basic one from Amazon, and it is really small, and I think the actual hook part's really thin, so when I do grab her, it kind of digs into her. So I think it's annoying her, but it hasn't annoyed her enough for her to like bite or do anything defensive or aggressive, which is good. So I mean, at some point I'm gonna have to get a bigger hook anyways, just for the safety of stuff. You know, I just don't like, me personally, doing this stuff alone. I've never owned big snakes. I've never held big snakes. But I'm learning with her as she's growing of what she is tolerable with. And so far, everything is pretty good with her. Temperament's been really awesome since I've owned her. I know some of you guys have been asking on here on Instagram, you know, is it worth buying a Grand Anaconda? And I would say yes, if you have the potential in the future to own a 8-foot cage or a 10-foot cage. I would say yes. And if you have the time to clean their water multiple times a week, if not daily, and you really have to put the time into them. So the time you put into them is pretty much what you're going to get out of them. So I mean, both of the Anacondas, I've, you know, since birth, I've put a lot of time into them. I mean, it doesn't mean that she's not going to have an attitude at some point and randomly strike at me or randomly bite me, because anything with teeth and a mouth can bite. I mean, it's just how it is. And you just have to be prepared for something like that. And hopefully it doesn't happen. I mean, the chances of it, if you have a gentle snake, probably won't happen. But boas, Anacondas, Burms, they can have a mood or a temperament at some point in their life. So while she's just kind of hanging out, let's check out the other snake. So forgot to mention that both of these are 2019s. Pop-Tart is very early 2019, probably a January or February baby. And I was told she was born around November of 19, so she'll be 2 very soon. And so this is a Pearl Burmese, and she might look a little tiny for her age, but I've been feeding her, yeah, about every 2 weeks or so, which is about normal. And I'm not feeding her anything that is larger than her body size, which is definitely a good thing. I mean, nothing wrong with people that have 2-year-old snakes at 10 feet. I mean, I think some people even try to breed at 2 or 3 with them, but I just wanted to try to not feed her ridiculous and slow grow. I mean, at some point soon, she's definitely grown a lot in the last couple months. She said shed out twice within the last month and a half. So she's definitely on a growing spurt, which is really good. I would expect her to be, the average 14, 15, 16 foot. And I would expect her to be the same, at least 16 feet. And I don't know. I still need to talk to some people. If you breed snakes, if it kind of stuns their growth a little bit, because I've been seeing some female greens that are very mature, very up there in age, that are breeders that are only about, I would say, I don't know, maybe 13 feet ish, which is not bad. So, as we know, or if you don't know, the Burm, Peaches, was she was kind of a feisty little baby. So it took me a long while, to get her to actually let me hold her without her striking. And she will still strike. She'll still puff up and she'll still throw a bunch of air around, just as warnings for me when she doesn't want me to hold her. But I do hook her out just in case. And I guarantee if I were to touch her right now, she would, oops, sorry about that. She would definitely want to, let me know that she doesn't want to be touched, and she could possibly strike. So I'm still working with her, obviously, but I've been told by numerous people that baby Burms, younger Burms, definitely like to show a lot of, they like to show, a little bit of their size, or try to be bigger than what they are. And then once they get to be adults or adultish, they definitely calm down and they get puppy dog tame. So you can see this girl right here is crazy. So I mean, there's been times where I've hung out with Pop-Tart right here for hours, and I've never had an issue with her. And we'll just cruise through here. I know nothing ridiculous is going on right now, but just showing you guys how calm some of these snakes are. And I haven't seen this girl here in a couple of days, so I do apologize on the annoyance of these lids. I hate these lids. I wish there was a way I could customize them and make them a lot easier. And then let me just bring this over here with a mess of cords. So this is Mountain Dew, and she does have a missing scale on top of her head from when she was rubbing over there in the rack. So I brought her over in here, and obviously you can see that even Pop-Tart could live a pretty decent life in this tub right here. So this is 2020. So she's a year. I hope you have good balance. She's doing pretty well. And so Pop-Tart right now is in a 8x3x2, which will be her, I will say it will be her adult enclosure. But as she gets to the 15-foot mark, 13-foot mark, we'll see what happens. So again, both of these girls are, I hope nothing bad. Hopefully, don't bite each other, please. So we'll try to hold on to Pop-Tart. We'll hold the camera. And I say this, and I say like this girl's super sweet. There we go. So both of these, oh, we're not even looking at her. So both of these girls right out of the cage are really sweet, super gentle. And you just have to put your time into them, really. And then you can see the size of what 1 year does. So by next year, Mountain Dew right here will be massive. And then obviously Pop-Tart will be even larger. So really excited about these. These three right here, I have a lot of snakes. And these three are a handful. I know a lot of people are asking me or wondering if I'm ever going to buy a retic. And as of right now, the answer is definitely not. I don't think I would mind a dwarf, because I think they only get about, and I always say this, they only get 10 feet. But, having 2 full-size Anacondas, females, and possibly a male at some point to breed. So I would love to breed greens, keep the hobby going, especially with the greens, because there are not that many people doing it. And a berm, and just adding a retic, that would just be ridiculous. And obviously you can see, I really don't have the room. So, but who knows what the future holds. I never said I would have 30 plus snakes, and here I am. But we'll just see what... We'll probably put Pop-Tart back. We'll put all these snakes away. I mean, she's been hanging out right there for the last... well, before I even started the video. And this girl right here always likes to explore. So on that, I really appreciate you guys coming on the channel and watching. You know, the content that I put out there. Hopefully it's adequate for you guys. And if you guys want to see anything special, just let me know. And hopefully you guys have an awesome day. See you guys on the next video.